All right, so we're getting some breaking news. There was an announcement just coming in from Buckingham Palace. We had been expecting this for the last few hours. Let's go to this video. Let's listen here.
But I've had a fantastic medical team who've taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body, and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support, and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space, and privacy while I complete my treatment. My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Breaking right now, and this one is also devastating. 40 or more people is the count who have been killed and at least 100 injured after a shooting when gunmen burst into a concert hall on the edge of Moscow this evening, according to Russian security service. Correspondent Alex Hogan reporting on this live from London for us. Hi, Alex. What do you know?
Hi,
what can you tell us?
Martha. We're just getting more details coming in about this, but a terrifying scene for people who were at a concert. This was a concert hall in Moscow, just in the surrounding area, when people who were watching the band Picnic suddenly heard the sound of gunfire. People started screaming, running, creating this mass exodus as people tried to escape. And as we look at sites just like this, some of these horrible scenes of mass panic, that is likely what could have caused some of the other injuries. We know as many as 100 people have been wounded after about 5 gunmen who were dressed in camouflage came in to that concert hall and started opening fire. We know as many as 70 ambulances responded to the scene as flames broke out from the building. Again, this mass panic at a time where there's still not a lot of details as to exactly who these gunmen are, but we have heard from the mayor of Moscow saying that this has been a terrible tragedy, as right now, with all of this still unfolding, with the amount of victims that are likely being hospitalized, we'll have to wait and find more information on their conditions and what exactly they suffered. But 40 people have been confirmed dead, whether those were all victims who were gunshot victims or people who could have been trampled in this mass exodus of people trying to run and escape for their lives. There's also been a lot of concern in recent days that there could be some kind of attack. This is some footage we can show you from the scene. Again, the flames pouring out from that building with the sea of emergency responders, ambulances, police on the scene trying to not only contain the fire, but to be able to respond and give aid to those who were simply watching a concert tonight when all of this played out. But we'd heard from the U.S. Embassy in recent days warning that there could be some kind of extremist attack in Moscow. So this is all heightened alarm after what has been an extremely busy week in Russia, with Russian President Vladimir Putin winning this 5th term, meaning a 6th another 6 years in office. But this is some of the footage that we can see from inside that concert hall. Terrifying moments as people were trying to escape. And now this live stream that we can see there from the scene with the sea of ambulances, police officers, crowds waiting outside as we see the flames and the smoke pouring out of this building. So a terrifying development on top of what you've been covering, Martha, such sad news here in the UK, more escalation overseas as we continue to watch these really horrifying live pictures. And anyone at home can likely imagine just how terrifying that would be to be out at a concert with your loved ones and your friends, to hear gunfire go off and to have 5 people dressed in camouflage with these weapons. Just, Martha, a terrifying day.
Alex, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Why did you file a motion to vacate?
Today I filed a motion to vacate after Speaker Johnson has betrayed our conference and broken our rules. It's more of a warning and a pink slip. I respect our conference. I paid all my dues to my conference. I'm a member in good standing, and I do not wish to inflict pain on our conference and to throw the house in chaos. But this is basically a warning, and it's time for us to go through the process, take our time, and find a new Speaker of the House that will stand with Republicans and our Republican majority instead of standing with the Democrats.
There's nothing that can convince you to back off.
There's not a time limit on this. It doesn't have to be forced and throw the House into chaos. I don't want to put any of our members in a difficult place like we were for 3.5 weeks. We're going to continue our committee work. We're going to continue our investigations. There's a lot of good investigations going that have to be able to proceed, and the American people deserve that.
Thank you, Don. Good morning, everyone. This morning around 7:28 a.m., we received a call from a worker on 61st Avenue at a company that adjoins the Cumberland River that had been searching for anything that would pop up on the river, especially looking for Rileystrain if he would surface here. As they were removing an object from the river, they noticed what appeared to be Rileystrain pop up. The fire department was called in, retrieved the body from the river. The medical examiner's office reviewed the body, and we've confirmed that it is Rileystrain. The family has been contacted. There are no signs of foul play at this time, according to the examination here at the riverbank. Mr. Strain still had the shirt on that he was wearing, still had the watch, and other identifying factors that helped us identify who he is. I want to say to the family, my heart and prayers go out to you all for this very unfortunate and tragic incident. I also want to say thank you to the Nashville community and the outpouring community of the outpouring support from the community in trying to help us locate Mr. Strain. I also want to say thank you to our USAR team and to the fire department and OEM and TWRA and everyone else, and including the media, for everything that you've done, for the countless tips that came in. We received nearly 200 tips as of yesterday that we were vetting out. So at this time, the family's been notified. There would be an autopsy more than likely sometime today, and we'll have a little bit further from that point. So thank you.
Chief, can you tell us, is there any other additional evidence that points you to the theory that it seems like you've been going after for a while now? It's just that he fell into the river accidentally?
Yeah, there's no other evidence that suggests anything other than we have reports that normally under these circumstances with his height and weight that he could have surfaced between 14 and 20 days. This is the 14th day, so we were really expecting anytime soon to find him. In fact, our search teams was going to put in the water here this morning and then search from this point further down. So we were in the right spot. It's just unfortunate. But there's nothing to suggest anything other than any foul play at all.
You say that these were crews that were actually looking for him that found him?
Yes, that's so the workers typically on the river, whether it's barge companies, concrete companies, other businesses that actually are on the river, and they look routinely, as it's happened countless times before. And as they moved, I believe, a barge, and don't quote.
Russia has attacked Ukraine's power infrastructure with drones and missiles, leaving around 1 million people without power and at least 5 people dead. Ukraine's state hydropower company said a Russian strike hit Ukraine's largest dam in Zaporizhia, but there was no risk of a breach. Russia says the airstrikes were to avenge Ukrainian attacks on Russian territory. Let's speak to our Eastern Europe correspondent, Sarah Rainsford, who's in Kiev for us. Just tell us more about these targeted strikes, Sarah.
Well, this was a massive attack overnight by Russia. It's the biggest that we've had here for quite some time, a combination of missiles and drones fired by Russia. They say they were targeting the energy infrastructure here, and certainly there were a number of hits on power facilities, power plants across the country. Now, the missiles and drones were fired right across Ukraine, north, south, east and west. Cities across this country were targeted. We know that Kharkiv, Ukraine's second city in the north of this country, has been left almost completely without power. In fact, even the air raid systems there, the centralised ones, are not working because of the power outage, and people are being told they'll get notification of further missile attacks on their phones. The traffic lights are down. The water is disrupted. It's the same in other cities in Ukraine. We know that the Zaporizhia power plant, the giant hydroelectric plant, the biggest one in the country, that was also hit, we believe, by several missiles. We've been told by officials here that there is no danger that the dam itself will be breached, but obviously this is an extremely worrying attack for Ukraine. Remember, civilian infrastructure here has been targeted right throughout this war. If you remember the first winter of this war, it was one of the calling cards, if you like, of Russia. They hit power plants time and time again at the most freezing time of the year here. It's slightly warmer now, but these attacks are still absolutely devastating for Ukraine.
Sarah Rainsford in Kiev, thank you very much indeed.